Howdy folks, it's Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician here, making a video for you out of Boise, Idaho. Got my apprentice Isaac. We are working on and taking a peek at a 93-94 Ranger XLT with a 3.0 liter engine. Now, some of the story behind this one is, typical. It took a big dump on somebody while they were driving it down the road. More than likely it got hot, extremely hot, dumped all the coolant out. I suspect it was actually low on coolant for a while, and that it had been ran hotter than what somebody had realized for a while. And the reason why I suspect that is I've seen this on these Fords, the Ranger, the Explorer. The issue is the temperature sensor, the coolant temperature sensor sits pretty up high on the engine, and they're not made to read atmosphere. They're made to read chemical, coolant, liquid, so to speak. So if the actual liquid coolant gets low enough so that it's below the temperature sensor, well, the temperature sensor could give you a false reading. And honestly, I've seen people with Fords before drive their cars around thinking they're okay for temperature, but in reality they're low on coolant, and it's just low enough below the temperature sensor and it hasn't been reading. So that's why it always pays to check your coolant and all that other good stuff. So I kind of suspect we might have a situation like this. The engine is pretty much gone. I was hoping that there'd be some compression in it. There's really no compression in it at all. I've went ahead and used the camera. I'm going to show you this here in just a little bit. Ran it down inside of the cylinders there through the spark plug holes. The cylinders are completely washed out with coolant. There's even, I believe, I found on some of the spark plugs. Here's a good example here. All right, I found on some of the spark plugs here this hard substance, some type of new element, I called it at first, and they're just completely caked up with it. I chipped a little piece of it off right here. See, I get focused there. Yeah, chipped a little piece of it off right there, and once I ran the camera down inside of the cylinder, I'm pretty sure those are chunks of piston actually that have come off. Whether it's, I don't know, due to overheating, piston rings are bad, but the ultimate goal, it was to decide whether or not we want to try to attempt a cylinder head job on this, or if we just want to get a new engine or used new engine. At this point, I'm leaning towards we're probably just going to need to replace the engine. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. We're going to get set up and show you some things. All right, so what I got going on here is I've got an inspection camera fed in through the spark plug hole. Got my bro Isaac here holding it for us, and I want to show you something. What we're looking at is down inside of the cylinder. That's the cylinder wall and the piston there, and if you can see, there are definitely chunks, and I'm pretty sure that's what that is that's chunks taken out. How that happened, I'm not going to get too technical about it and get into it. Bottom line is that's really bad. You can also see all the bubbles, what looks like bubbles in there. That's coolant. So it's been washed out. There's no more oil in that cylinder. That cylinder wall is bad. That piston is bad. I think it's pretty obvious that we definitely need another engine. Let's take a peek at another cylinder just for fun, and then we'll also kind of take a listen to see what an engine like this that has these problems sounds like. All right, here's another shot at another cylinder for you. Look, you can see all that gunk on the cylinder wall there. See if I get better lighting for you. Maybe down in here. Okay, that's the cylinder wall. That's in bad shape. So we're definitely gonna go. Alright, so Isaac's gonna jump in the vehicle here. He's gonna go ahead and turn it over, and you're gonna hear what a no compression engine sounds like. Alright, go ahead, go for it. Hear that? Sounds like a sewing machine, doesn't it? Go ahead, do it again. So if you ever turn your engine over and it sounds like that, you're probably going to be into it for a pretty heavy repair. Also, I want to show you something. Go ahead, do it again. That's coolant spitting out of the spark plug holes. So I'm pretty sure we got both a warped head, a warped block, and I think it would just turn into a huge nightmare to try to fix this with a simple cylinder head job. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call it and say, yeah, probably need to go ahead and find a good used engine. So, well, there you go, folks. There's just some cool information and all that other good stuff. I really appreciate everybody that comes out and watches my videos and supports me. So does Isaac. This is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, signing off.